Baiting deer is illegal in almost half the United States of America. However, one state is possibly looking at making some changes for this upcoming deer season to allow it. But before I get into the details, I want to ask you, what do you think about baiting? Should it be illegal? Should it be legal? I know this topic can be controversial. I see mixed responses all over the internet. But I truly would like to hear your response on this. Maybe we can all learn together. How does baiting affect hunting? How does baiting affect farming? How does baiting affect disease control? Where are you located? Are you in a state currently that allows baiting, or is it illegal? Share your experiences with us in the comments below, and maybe we can all learn together. So the state that's looking to make the change is the state of Michigan. In 2018, Michigan banned baiting in the Lower Peninsula. And they did this because of CWD. There was a spread of chronic waste disease, and they thought banning baiting would help. However, recent study has now shown that if you pay the state extra money for a baiting permit, CWD is no longer a factor. Yes, you have heard correctly. The Michigan Bill 4191 is looking to overturn the baiting ban, but it's going to be pay to play. After purchasing your license, you'll then have the opportunity to make an extra purchase of the baiting permit or the baiting license for $20. The whole thing is a little bit of a head scratcher to me. Back in 2018, it's a disease control issue. But now, what is it? In fact, Ted Nugent back in 2018 with the original ban, he really pushed back with their logic, their statistics, their theories. Take a look at what he said.
I would challenge anybody in this room to tell me what scientific miracle takes place when you relocate an apple from under the millions of apple trees in Michigan closer to a young man's deer stand in Kalkaska. I'll tell you what happens. Nothing. Russ Mason, chief of the DNR, admitted if you hunt deer over bait and feed, you are not a conservationist. How dare he? The law banning feeding and baiting in Michigan is going to chase hunting families out of the sport for absolutely no reason. If a disease can be transmitted by nose-to-nose contact, there is not a damn thing you can do about it. Because the minute a deer is born, they lick and groom and swap spit. They all go to a licking branch. If you don't know what a licking branch is, there's one every couple acres in Michigan. And every deer chews the branch. Every deer shares preorbital gland. Every deer licks it and chews on that branch, and every subsequent deer absorbs that body fluid. It's happening right now while I'm sitting here. You can't ban that. That's what deer do. I have given you no opinions here today. I live with deer. Every year of my life, it is my soul cleansing quality of life mantra. Let people who live with the deer make decisions based on what the deer do. I rest my case.
I love the licking branch argument Ted makes. Deer, specifically bucks, will lick branches to communicate with other deer. They share information, they mark their territory, and they do all this with their scent glands in their forehead and around their eyes. Bucks are going to use licking branches 365 days out of the year. They're not going to wear masks, and they're not going to stand 6 feet apart unless you pay the government an extra $20. Maybe then. It just feels like another money grab opportunity to me. Like back in 2018, it was about disease control. You know, what is it now? I guess they're trying to relate it somehow because of the money that goes towards these baiting permits. That's supposed to go towards the study and research of CWD. So back to the details on this bill and baiting. Once you've purchased your license and you've purchased your permit to now bait, you will be allowed to use up to 5 gallons of bait per site per day. My personal thoughts, I'm glad that they're lifting the ban. I'm not thrilled about the fee, but I've seen what it did to Wisconsin. The state of Wisconsin, I think, lost almost 200,000 hunters when they put a baiting ban. I don't think we've lost numbers like that, but I don't want to get to that point. So I'm happy that the ban is being lifted and will be allowed to bait. I think baiting provides an opportunity for some hunters that I know that just are extremely limited with their time. Between their jobs and their families, it's really hard for them to get out into the woods. So the little time that they actually do have to hunt, baiting could provide a really effective and efficient day or time for them to maybe capitalize and have a successful harvest. It could increase that opportunity at least. Another bill I saw was the House Bill of 4206, and that would allow 2 free antlerless deer tags. I'm not hearing anybody talk about that, but that sounds awesome. I've been saying this for a long time. If they want to lower the deer population, how about lower the deer tag costs? So to give 2 free antlerless tags to hunters, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. So those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I look forward to reading some of your comments in the comment section. I'll do my best to respond back to you. Until next time, God bless.